For today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to bead a branch, how to make a vine, and how to make a rose or a flower for this sun catcher. This one here is in the shape of a cross. Part 1 is already posted, and that is how I laced my cross. So the wire that I'm using today is 22 gauge jewelry wire. I will link it in the description box where it says more, and I also have an Amazon playlist that has the links to everything that I use for my crafts. So I have two wires, they're 44 inches long, they are long, and we're going to use both at the same time. For my leaves, I'm going to be using only the gold, even though I have gold and clear. I'm going to be putting 7 4mm bicones for each leaf. I tried several times to do it attached to my frame, and there's just too much moving and I ended up breaking my wire. So instead, we're going to do it this way. Slide them down. I like 3 on each side and 1 at the tip, but it doesn't really matter. And that's the first wire. And we're going to do 2 wires at the same time. So I'll do the same. I'm going to put 7 4mm bicones. Some of these look like they're different colors. I assure you they are not. I've ordered these many times, and often some are darker than others, and I just think it adds beauty to my project if I can pick it up. So I've never done this before. I've messed around with vines a little bit, but I've never done a complete project with just a vine. I've used them to outline a hoop, but not like this. So this is a first time for me, and maybe you'll try it. And this is where it's going to get different than what I usually do. I am going to be working with 4 wires instead of 2 throughout this whole project. And I'm just going to put a few twists in these first 2. The reason I'm doing this is this part is thin, it's only 1 wire, but I want everything else in between my flowers and my branches to be sturdy. And I find that this wire is sturdy, and I like it. And I will always be beading, no matter which side I'm on. Right now they're the same length. Always bead with the longest wire. So I will, once again, this one here needs to be clipped. I'm going to put 7. I was thinking about using some silk clear, but I decided against that because the cross itself is pretty enough. Slide them down. And now I'm just going to slide it up a little bit, about a thumbprint, just enough. I'm going to bend it and bring it right to the thickest part of my stem, of my vine, like that. Make sure that they're in a nice shape, or try. Mine aren't always perfect, but they're perfect for me. And there we have it. Now I'm going to take all 4 wires. This one needs to go on that side, and I'm going to put in some twists like that, and it'll blend nice. So there's the way we're going to start. Now I'm going to just slide all the way down. I have 2 short wires and 2 long wires. I'm going to take, I still like them in 2s, even though I'm twisting all 4 together. I'm going to take this is my longest wire, and I'm going to start my rows. And the way I'm going to do that, and these are mixed, I'm going to use only red 4mm bicones, and I'm going to use 3 for each petal, and I'm going to have 4 petals for each rose. I'm going to take 3, just slide them down a bit. Not as long as the leaf. I'd like them a little bit closer. And there you go. There's one. And now I'll do another one. I'm going to try and keep it about the same height. Oh, I'm missing one. Bring it right up to the twist, like that, and then put in your twists. They don't have to be perfect. It'll work, I promise. Now with a different wire, one of the longer wires, I'll do the other 4. I was going to do them all with this one, but I think that I should probably not. Oh yeah, no, I will, because the next rows will. Let me just check out the length of my wires. Now I will use the longest wire, which is one of these. It's a little tricky working with 4, but it's all right. Once I get started, it will be easier. That's why I try to keep them separate in 2 and 2. But this right here is a little too much. I did start off with using 1 wire, and it just was not sturdy enough. So I decided to use 2. You don't have to use 2. I just did a couple of leaves and said no. My neighbor is out there cutting grass and hacking away trees. That's what he does. Got rid of all the beautiful trees. Alright, that's his house. And that's the 3rd one. Now the 4th. Now let's see, what we're gonna do is bring them together so that they kind of look like a rose. Like that. They're not all going to look the same. And now what I'm going to do is take these 4 wires and put in my twists. Again, it is a little bit irritating that they keep getting separated out of 2 and 2. So what I'm going to do, I'll just put that aside. I'm just going to hold on to this and put in some twists and make some noise. I'm sorry for that. And now this is really, really sturdy. So it is worth the little bit of aggravation to work with 4 wires, but it's definitely pretty. And that's what we're looking for. We're going to fill this cross with a vine and roses. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull the longest wire on this side, which would be this one, and I'm going to put in a leaf. I'm trying not to mix I'm trying not to mix them, but it doesn't look like it's working. The colors, I mean. Just slide them down, move them up a little bit like a thumbprint or so, and just bring this, leave a little bit of room to twist. A little less for the rose, a little more for the leaves. And there we go. So now, let's get them into 2 and 2. And put in a few twists and hold on to it while you do that. I'm going to put a leaf now on this side. Oh, I'm so sorry for that lawnmower. Slide them up. And put your thumb right there, and then take this part, bring it right up to the middle of your vine, like that. And now we're going to add some more twists. Not too many. we will be adding more wire to this. And the reason being is this will only go straight up and down. So we can either add more wires or attach them. I don't know yet. I'll show you what I first started off with. This is what I started off with. Let me move this one. But it is just too fragile and I kept breaking the wires. And I did add into it like that. So I'd have all these extra sections to work off of. And I think I'm going to continue on with that because at the same time it shows you how to add a branch if you're making a tree of life. How to add a branch to an area that you think is just not full enough. So we'll be doing that soon. What I would like to do though, right now, is just have some fun with bends. For me, this is what really pulls it together. It just makes it look not so much realistic, let's face it. It's not realistic, but it gives it character. And it makes it fun. The littlest bend makes such a difference. And I like to support my work like that. And just gently give it a little help. You can hold it and move your leaf if you want and give it a little twist. Not too much. Okay, now take my longest wire. These are almost the same exact length. I'm going to put another rose. Or kind of rose. That's not the way roses look. Mine does. That's the way my rose looks. So I am putting 6. Right now, these 2 wires are the same length. So I will put 6 on this one and then 6 on the other. And slide it down. Take 3, or take 3 away. Oops. I want it a little bit closer than the leaves, so we'll do it like that. See? Now slide 3 more down. This wire is a little pain in the neck, but it's okay. We'll get to that one in a minute for the next 2 branches, 2 petals of our flower. And just twist those in. How nice is that? Now, we'll move on to the other wire. This one's longer. We're going to use 6 for the next 2 petals for our rose. I think as soon as I'm done, this is the second cross of this nature that I've made. I still have 2 more, but I think, ooh, I'm making 6, not 3. I can't talk and think at the same time. I think I'm going to jump back into my tree. I have an 8-inch hoop all twisted out, and it will be linked the twisting of that tree. That's the one that I had a hard time with, and I took it apart. It is laced around the outside, and it's quite pretty. I'm just trying to decide what I want to put in it. I think just all clear. I don't know why that's my favorite. I like beads, but I really like the clear. Okay, I'm just gonna hold that like that. And now you see, first I'm just gonna twist that a little bit to bring these two eyes to those two eyes and not mess up my flower. There we go. I will work on that in 1 minute. I'm just gonna slide down and see which wires are the longest, and these ones are. So I will use this wire to twist with. And now we're looking like that. That works for me. I'm just going to come in here and give a little pinch and close up that space. I don't have to get too drastic, just a little bit. Oh yeah, I think it's going to be quite pretty. And well, I don't know if I want to let the leaves touch, not go over it. At first I thought I did, but I think I'm going to keep it within the inside of my cross, because the outside is so pretty. We're going to make the inside just as pretty, and we will tack it down with silver wire, and it'll be nice. So now I think we're going to add another leaf on this side, and then we're going to add 2 more wires, and I will explain to you why. Well, I already did actually. At this point it looks like that, and then I added 2 wires to bring it this way. I could use this, I just don't know if I want to. And I'm gonna make them long, so I'm gonna pause for 1 minute and cut 2 more long wires. Okay, so I cut 2 more wires 38 inches long. I wanted to show you something. This Casey Gold, oops, is almost at the end, so I'll keep this for like adding in small, you know, filling areas. This one here is brand new. I opened it and it just exploded, and it was not like that. It wasn't in the thing. So either it was a return or whatever, but if that happens, that's the only thing I can do is put a zip tie and pass it through every time. A little bit of a nuisance. That's never happened before, but it's okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to write down them. I'm going to take one of these wires, I'm going to bring it right over here. I have 2, and I'm going to take this one, I'm going to fold it in half, separate these 2, and now we're going to branch it off. So take one of the wires and just hold it with the others, and with your finger press real tight right there. And with the long wire, I'm going to use to put in a couple of twists, just like that, only that many, because we're going to be twisting them all together anyway. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the other wire. I'm going to find the closest one, which I think is this one. And just do that. And now we have 2, 4, 6 instead of 4. So what I want to do now is bring them all together like that. No, it looks a little odd, but hopefully it'll twist in nice. And just like that. Hold on to them really tight. Oops, that one did not work. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's why I didn't twist it in a little bit. It's okay. I'm still going to make it work. I twisted one and I didn't do the other side. Alright, so now let's just, I was going to try to just twist it. I'm going to take it off. And we're going to do it again. I'm going to put it right there. And give that a good twist like that. And the same on this side. Now we have 3 and 3. So we're going to just, we only work with 2 at a time. Well, we bead with one and twist with all the others. We can work with that. So now I can make my leaf with the longest wire. The amount of times I've bought this exact, I think it's like amber color. You see, they've never quite been consistent in color. Some are dark, like the second one here is really dark compared to the one in front of it. But I don't mind that, I actually kind of like it. It's all the same one, but every time I get them, they're a little bit different in color, but I still like them. Okay, let's slide that down. And arrange your beads like that. That's good. And put in your twist. Now, I want to close up that space. Which way did I twist? Towards me? No. There we go. That's good enough. Now we're going to take these 3 wires. This one here is the longest wire. I'm going to use that one to twist a little bit. Up here I had 4. Now we're only working with 3, but it's still quite sturdy. I can twist in another wire, but it's okay the way it is. we'll make this work. And I think we're going to put a rose. So I'm going to get the first longest wire. I have one long and one that's a tiny bit shorter. So again, my beads are all mixed up. We're going to pick up 6 of these 4mm red bicones. And this will be for 2 of the leaves, and then we'll go to the next longest wire and we'll do the other 2 with that. I'm going to just turn it over and slide it down. Take 3, bring this up, and I just grabbed that with my other hand, my other finger. Put in your first leaf, just slide the other 2, 3. Bring them up. Bring them down. Oops, not that far. And just slide them a little bit closer. There we go. And now put in the twists till that little space closes up or comes close. And there we have 2. And now all 3 of my wires right now are about the same length. I'll show you. Look at that. It's off just by the tiniest bit, which is fine. Now I'm going to do my next 2 petals. Use 3 and 3. Slide down 3. And work on these 3. Now I'm going to twist these together. Just going to hold on to my flower. I'm going to find the longest one. I have 2 that are really long, well, longer, and they're these ones. So I'm going to just take those and use them as my twisting wires, like that. Now let's take a look at our project and see what we're doing and how it's looking. Not bad. I think what I'll do, I can move these around as we go. Also, I'm not sure yet even if that's going to go there. That might go here. I don't know. We'll see. But I definitely need a leaf. So, actually I need 2. I'm going to take, this one is the longest one. Could actually bead the 2 wires. I don't want, I'm not going to try that. Because sometimes you get them all to slide on a 4mm bicone over double of the 22 gauge jewelry wire, and then sometimes they don't go. And I think a lot of it, I've had a difficulty with the clear. I don't know why. I use the same ones. Okay, I'm going to slide that down. Make this a little bit longer this time, I think. Try to get 3 over there. And I think I'm missing one. I am missing one. I have to work with the volume on, I'm recording on an old phone, and I have been getting a few of you who say that I'm talking too soft, which I have been because I had the worst sore throat and strep and allergies, so I've been coughing a lot. And I am raspy, but I'm gonna have to play with the phone and see if how I can adjust the volume or how high it should be when I'm recording. I don't know. There. I didn't like the way that looked. Just poke it over. Change of plan. Okay. So let's work some more over here. I think we're going to put another leaf right here. Get the longest wire, which is this one. I'm going to slide that down, bring it up to the vine, and put in a couple of twists like that. And then there we have it. Not bad. Not bad at all. I think it's pretty. Okay, now our wires are almost the same length. And this is where we're looking. If we were to put this on the tree like this, it's about 10 inches long, this piece right here. But we're not going to go straight to the bottom. We're going to add more as we go. I just want to put in a few twists. When you twist them with just 3 wires, it's better if you twist with 2 over 1 than 1, because it gives it a nice cleaner look to it. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Originally I wanted to keep it at 4, but I don't want to have an extra wire that I don't know what to do with. Or I'd figure it out, but Okay, let's come in and bend up our vine a little bit, not too much. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm just holding it down. I'm coming in with my pliers and just giving it a little twist. That just changes the whole look to me. It just makes it look, I don't know, more realistic. I think it looks really pretty like that. And now we're going to put a rose on this side. Get the longest wire. Okay, get these two out of my way. For now, take 3, slide them down, bring this up to the twisted part of your vine, and give them a little twist right there. Like that. Slide down the other 3, push up on your wire. They don't have to be exact. They'll fit in. You make them fit in. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could put a twist in right there. I don't care enough. We'll see. If I run into a situation where I think that I should, I will. But for me, that looks all right.
Hi there. This is your phone speaking.
I'm so sorry for that. That was a very irritating call. So the caller knew my first and last name and an address where I do not currently live and asked if I was the person, and I said regarding, and he said a property at, and gave my old address that we did not own. We rented for 15, almost 16 years there. And I said no. He said, well, do you have any other property? Goodbye. And have a nice day. I don't have patience for that crap. Does anybody else get stuff like that? I don't have patience. You might think I do. I really don't. And I can be very kind, but don't provoke me, because then I'm not nice. It's not a good character that I have. My character is usually pleasant and always kind until provoked. That guy pissed me off. Sorry about that. There's no other word to explain it. Okay, now let's separate these two. I'm going to twist with them. And that does not look like a rose. Not all the same size, but that's okay. There, as long as they stick together. They just have to hang out together, that's all. I was gonna, instead of just putting 4, I was gonna put 5, but you know what? I think that looks okay. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be pretty. And now let's see, this is the longest. We're going to put a leaf. Slide them down. Maybe this one should be a little bit longer so I can put a couple of bends in it. I'm trying to keep it really easy, guys. Something that I think that a beginner could manage. I think that you could manage this. It's not that hard. And you could say I'm a beginner at this because I've not made one like this before. I've only used a simple leaf to outline a hoop. That's it. I wish I had another rose up here. I mean, I could do it. I'll show you how to add it on. Probably would have looked pretty with a rose at the top. We'll see. Not right now, unless we put this down here. I don't know yet, but anything that I do that's different, I will show you so that you'll know how to do it once I figure it out. And I don't always figure it out, guys. I promise. I actually think I'm going to put another rose right here instead of a leaf, because I did kind of like the way this one was working. I did have 3, but they were at the top. This one here didn't quite come out at the top. And we can put this down a little bit more in the middle. I just like the shape of it. Not quite the same, but it's pretty nonetheless. I just don't like that it's so floppy. And this one here, can you see the difference with that extra wire? This one here, I'm afraid of it breaking. But I could use this on something else. I don't know. I'll hang on to it for a bit, and then if I don't, I'll just clip off, clip the wire and slide off my beads. These are about the same size, so I'm just going to put 6 on this side. I actually thought about using pink for the, well, kind of rose. And then I realized I think red would look better. Slide down 3 more. And this one here is the longest one. So after I get it where I need it, I will beat it. We'll put 6 on this one. I know it's a little irritating having them all mixed together this way, but eventually all those red will be gone. Okay, take 3 off the top. Now, oops, slide that down. Sounds like thunder. Okay, let's get this twisted up. I can't, once I start fidgeting, forget it. It's like they don't look right, so I'm going to open them up a little bit. They don't have to look like a big squishy mess. They don't look like real roses, that's for sure. But I want them to at least look like I tried, like at least resemble a flower. Okay, I'm going to put in a leaf with this wire, if I can. There we go. That's the longest one. Move those out of my way. Still irritated about that phone call. I get creeped out by stuff like that because I did have an issue last summer after having been in the hospital for a while with surgery. I got a letter saying that all my medical information, everything was taken. It's like too bad they couldn't take my diagnosis too. So I was a victim of identity theft. My driver's license, everything, social security number. So I get creeped out really easy, guys. Like so much right now that I just don't even feel like working. But I'm not gonna let that stop me right now. That looks so pretty. And I think, should I put another flower right here? I think so. I think another rose. Will I have enough wire? Well, I certainly hope so. Look at that, one red one. Well, that's just not, I need 6. I'll take 3. Let's see, we are at 55 minutes. After this rose, I will stop, and this will be part 1, because this could possibly take 3 hours. I might work a little bit on it. You pretty much see what I'm doing. I don't know if it's like wasting your time to watch me, but, you know. But if you like skip through it, you're gonna miss something. And then I'm gonna get 100 questions of something that you may have missed. So it's a no-win. Either I make them shorter and I have 5 or 6 parts, or what do you like? I mean, when I'm watching a tutorial, I do like to see all of it. I can always pause it and come back to it. Write down the timestamp. I don't know how to do that to help you advance through my projects. I'm just not that girl. Sorry. It's an age thing, it's a memory thing, and a lack of technology skills. Like, I can't do it. Okay, let's see. Grab those 3, give them a twist. And now I'll do these 3. So I need to slide them up a little bit more. Just enough so that I can form that little triangle and twist that in. Oh, look at the way that rose looks. Oh my goodness. Looks like it survived a really bad storm. Okay, so either this is going to be the end right here. I'm going to have to add more wire. So I'm going to have to determine where I want this, but I'm not ready to do that yet. It could be right here. Or I could add some more wire and do some leaves too. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. Instead, I'm going to come on this side and we'll work out some leaves. Let's twist out a little bit more. Oh, listen to all that noise. I did say I was going to end it right there at 1 hour. I will, right after this one. Let's just slide them down. There's 7 bicones. And then just bring it up to the vine where the twist is and make it a little bit longer. I'm gonna make it a little longer than that. I do like to put the little bends in. And plus, I don't mind, I don't think, if it touches the outside of the cross. I don't know. We're just gonna place it in the middle and fill in from top to bottom, side to side with pretty stuff. And then we're gonna tack it down. Oh, look at that. That's not cool. And twist them with just that one wire. It looks ugly. That's okay. See how it's just like kind of spinning around the wire? It worked. Now we have 3 wires that are pretty much the same length. I'm going to take 2 and use those to twist around the single wire. I'll just drop that down. I'll just get in here and do a few little bends, and we'll see. You can always straighten them out a little bit. Oh, I think it's going to be really, really pretty. But what we have to work on now, I'm going to have to add some more wire. I think I'll do that with you because we need to continue down as well. So let me cut some wire. Okay, I just cut 2 more wires and they are 36 inches long. I'm going to add them both right here. And that's because one has to fill in the bottom and the other the top. So let's see. And I will keep the longest for the bottom, which are these 2. So I will wrap with those 2. I'll put in a couple of tight twists. All I did was fold it in half and lay it right up to where my vine ends. I have done this before. I did it over here, up here. Now that made that. I have these 3 for this section, and now I'm going to close up that space. Just going to hold on to it like that. And now I think I am going to add something there, and I'm going to put a rose up there. I know I can do it. It's just a matter of, yeah, I think it does kind of need it. But anyway, these wires are going to go this way, and these ones, I'm going to just continue to work straight down. I think that after watching me do this now for an hour, you have an idea of what I'm doing. So I'm going to do the same thing I did over there, over here, and then I'll be back and we'll finish up together.